Hey there everybody, it's Tanya at Hummingbird Paintery, and tonight I'm in an event with Shar and Lisa. So thank you for having me. It is called Oh My Gourd. It's fall, so hopefully we'll get a lot of people here. I am coming on a couple minutes early to let them share me in the group. So up above in the description is where the event is. So hopefully you've been watching that all day, and you're here to watch me. If you're not and you don't see a live button, then please hashtag replay later on and you will be able to watch me then, and I appreciate it. So thank you so much. So tonight for my fall thing, hey Michelle, it's good to see you. Hey Diana, it's so good to see you. Hey Miss Beth, it's good to see you. Thank you for being on to watch me. Hey Sandra Green, it's so good to see you. Thank you everybody for being here, whether it's later or now. So I'm going to make a scarecrow, and I went ahead and I cut this back out, and then I've got this right here to go right there on top. Hey Miss Jackie, it's good to see you. I went ahead and I stained the side, and it does have brown on the back already because I used an old piece of wood that was a shelf unit, and it already had some paint on there, so that's the reason for that. So I'm going to use a variety of paints. Obviously black and white is always something that I paint with, and then I've got an orange and I've got a gold color that I'm going to kind of mix with white a little bit. So hey Jessica, how are you doing, girl? Hola. Hey Miss Bonnie. So I'm going to go ahead and get the orange out, and I'm just going to have it here. This is going to be the bottom portion just right at his neck, and then the gold is going to be his hat. So I'm going to lean that in case I need some more. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on here. Hey Miss Celeste, Miss Kim, how are you doing? Thank you for being here, girl. So I am getting that out of the way, and I'm going to put some white with it so I can tone it down just a little bit because I don't want it to be totally gold. Hey Lolita, it's good to see you. So I'm going to go ahead and mix the yellow first, and we'll do the orange second. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this because it's going to go on top as well. And I did not stain the sides here because I wanted it to be the color that it's going to be, which is the yellow gold. And I am lightening up a little bit. Hey Lisa Brown, how are you doing? Thank you so much for sharing me out. Hey Andreina, so good to see you. I appreciate you being here. So I'm going to paint the sides first and get all of that done. And the back, we can try to paint that too, because you can see it if you turn it around. Hey Lisa Rakowski, Rakowitz, sorry about that. Crazy Mom Creations, hey girl. I'm glad you let me know that. So good to see you. Hey there, Marie. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Hopefully this will be cute. You know, I've already done one of these, but a different kind. So we'll see. This has got brown on the back, so it's okay. We don't have to do it. I forgot about that. It's the same kind as the back of the other one. I'm going to try to get this off of here, and I can touch it up later just to get the brown on there. It's just a dark brown.
I told you.
Making a mess, but it doesn't matter. It's the back anyway, and this is the front. Hey Donna, how are you doing? Thank you for being here, y'all. I appreciate that. My granddaughter's in, she's going to be dancing tonight, and I wasn't able to go because I'm doing this. Hey, Steven. Your name's Bernice, and you use Steven's page. Okay. Well, that's all right. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Janet. Hey, Miss Jerry. So good to see y'all. I'm gonna need some more yellow, which this is King's Gold. I need this and some more white. Thank you for painting the page. It's okay. She's only on for about 5 minutes. So I went last time and saw her, so it's okay. Thank you, Lisa, though. I'll catch her next time. She'll be doing some more dancing. She's only 5. So it's not an integral part of the game or anything. Hey, Miss Mary Snyder and Denise, it's so good to see y'all. Thank you for being here. All right, so I painted that part, and I'm going to let it dry over there. Y'all know I don't have my heat tool. Unfortunately, I can't plug it in because the TV is in it. I meant to turn that off, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the front of this. I did mark it right here in these areas, so I know not to go past that. And it'll just be easier. Let's see. Because part of the hat's going to be up here. The brim of the hat, I should say. And then the rest of the bottom is going to be the actual face. Hey, Melissa Dickerson. How are you doing? So good to see you. I appreciate it. Hey, Miss Terry Davis. Gave this a 5 rating. Thank you so much. You're so sweet to do that. I appreciate it. Glad I'm a 5 rating out of 5. Hey, Joanne Barker. How are you doing? So we're going to do all of this, and then we'll go back and we'll do some shading. But I want to get this on here so it will dry while I'm finishing the rest. So it's okay. There we go. Let me make sure I get it all even. All right, so there is the yellow, okay? So it's kind of a yellow, kind of a gold, but it's just light colored. Now I'm going to get that paint off of there, and I'm going to use this kind of a khaki color. It's called Trial Tan, but I'm going to use this as the actual face and put some white with it as well. So let me see if I can get some of this out of here. I forgot that it's kind of old, so I have to bounce it on there. There's a big paint drip on the top. Oh, I see that. It's okay. We'll get it off of there. Thank you for telling me. I do that all the time. But I kind of just wanted it to be stained on there, you know? Thank you so much. All right. So let me get all of that yellow out of there and get it in the water. So this is my little color palette here, but I have to mix these because I do not want it to be as dark brown or tan, I should say. I was trying to lean it off like that, and that way it wouldn't get on the side like that, but let's see if we can do it on this side so it doesn't do that. So I'm just going to kind of go in the middle here. There we go. See, if you do it like this, then it doesn't get on the sides, which is a good thing, since I'm trying not to do the sides. But if I do and I get it on there, it's no big deal. Now I went ahead and I put where the head is attached here. And we're gonna... No, Bentley's like, who are you talking to? You're not talking to me. Hey Elizabeth, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Miss Robin too for telling me that. Alright, so I'm having to get this. It's kind of old, so it's not creamy paint anymore, unfortunately. So I'm having to mix it again, mix some more. And I'm going to go right on that white line, not yellow line, but white line, and just like that, okay? So it's looking like this so far. I know it looks really weird, like a Halloween character or something, but it's not gonna be. But we're gonna do one whole bunch of this color, and then we'll go back with a darker color for the edges. Y'all know how I am about my shading and stuff. Scarecrow is sure gonna be adorable. Well, I hope it is. I hope it is. For sure, for sure. So I'm kind of going on the line right here where the yellow and the beige go together. And then we'll worry about it. Worry about doing the colors. This covers pretty good. All right. Now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to do another coat of yellow, and then we'll do the orange down at the bottom, because I have some scraps left over of another project, and it's got some orange in it, so that's the reason why I chose these colors. Hey there, Cheryl. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. And the Crafty Farmers girl. Hey, Shirley. It's good to see you. All right, so let me get some more white here to do the hat. So I'm mixing all that together. And we're just going to go on top here. So let me see if I can get this without having paint boogers on the top. See if I can go all the way around here. That way it'll dry by the time we get to the top here. Since I don't have my heat tool. I miss that most of all, I think. I'll be glad when I can have my craft room. It won't be long, since Tuesday they're coming to do the roof. And then we can do everything on the inside, so I'll be happy. Hey, Kathy, it's good to see you. Jenny. The kids had fun. That's good. All right. So I've got it yellow. Now it's a little bit better because I did a second coat on that, okay? But it will look a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to paint this orange. And I probably will use a dark brown like I use on the face to do this, because it'll probably look better that way. I'm not mixing this because it'll be a light orange and it kind of is not the color I'm going for. I'm making a scarecrow is what I'm making. So it'll look more like one when I get the brim of the hat on. So hopefully y'all like this. It's really cute. Now I cut out some eyes, but I did different eyes on this one. So, and I haven't done that before. So hopefully it'll look good. Alright. So now this is more like it, okay? This is part of the scarecrow. Hey, Miss Pat, how are you doing? Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for saying that. Hey, Miss Ellen. I think it was Jessica that said that sweet thing. If I got it right. So good to see you. All right, so let me take the gold, okay? We're going to do the outside. And let me try to do it this way. I've got something on my finger. Lord, we don't need that in the paint. Thank you, Cynthia. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to go on the outside. I'm going to get just a little bit more because I've mixed too much of it with the white, so I might need it. So I'm just going to take this on the edge of my paintbrush here, and we're just going to go on the side. I'm going to get a little bit of water on there. And then I'm just going to keep going around like this. We're just going to get some of this gold to be on here instead of just that yellow. I kind of want it thicker, so I'm going to go back and do a little bit more. Let's see how it's on the edge here. Okay, hard to tell probably. But I want it really thick, so I'm just going to go right in here. kind of, there we go. Kind of want it thicker up at the top than the sides. Then we're going to do the same thing on this. And, Lord, I don't know which side I put it on now. There we go. So I'm just going to get it around this. There. That's more what I want. A little bit thicker. I'm kind of going on the edge, kind of a little bit back. Just like that, okay? So now you can see the two different tones there, and I'm going to let that dry. And then I'm going to do the brown tones around the face, which I've got burnt umber. Ooh, it always makes such a mess. This is really thin for whatever reason. All right, and this is dry, I can tell. Now the orange is not dry, but this face is. And it may just be a little bit too dark on here. Let's see. We're going to use it anyway. I was going to use that other color, but I'm using this. Let me see. I don't know. I kind of like it. Thank you, Miss Pat. I'm going to try to go across here like this. It probably will not be showing, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to kind of go around this to make it more round looking instead of straight up like I have it. Get a little bit more water. Anytime it doesn't flow real well, you put a little bit of water on there and it should do it pretty good. And it does. But I'm kind of making this go right like this, okay? I can get it to do. There we go, there we go. So we're just trying to make it look a little more rounded. Just like that, okay? It looks kind of funny with the dark right here at the top. But that's okay, because it's going to be covered up a little bit. And we're going to let all that dry. We're going to go ahead and get the brown at the bottom. It's mostly dry, but it's not completely dry. It is better if you do let it dry completely, but because we're on a time constraint, and because I don't have a dryer, then I'm having to do it this way. So what I'm doing is just going around the edges, just like this. Okay, just to give it a little dimension there so it's not just one solid color. And just keep going. And if you need a little water, you put that on there. And that way it'll smooth it on out. Just like this. Okay. So now we've got the brown for there, so it's looking a little bit better. Hey, Miss Connie, I don't see you on there, but Miss Shell is saying hello. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. All right. Now, I cut out, this is just a little thin piece of wood, but I cut out a nose. It's pretty long. We're going to use the brown to do the nose because we want it to show very well. So I'm going to paint the sides, and it's going to be glued on. I'm going to use wood glue since we're using wood, and I'm also going to use some hot glue to make sure that it's, you know, pretty good. Bentley, he'll be back later. It's okay. Y'all hear him whining because he wants his daddy. Hey, Miss Connie, there you are. I see you now. All right. He'll be back. All right, so there's the nose, and I'm going to let it sit. Now, I've got the eyes to paint, and I'm going to go ahead and do that while the rest of this is kind of, all right, now, drying a little bit. There we go. I kind of messed it up a little bit. All right, so we're going to set this over here a little bit. Just want to, while I do the eyes. Now, I made these eyes, okay? They're a little bit weird, but we're going to see if they'll do good. So I'm going to just put these in my hand, and I'm going to put this down just a little bit so y'all can see a little better. Now, I'm going to get a pointy brush, which is this one right here, and we're going to use some black. And I also need a little bit of white, like I do with all of my projects. Those are two paints that I can't ever have enough of, okay? So I'm going to put this on the outside here. We're going to do this, and I've got kind of a blemish in the wood there. I didn't cut it off good enough, so it kind of looks a little weird. We got plenty of time. We got like 20 minutes or so, 25. And we're going to do this. I'm going to see how this works. We don't know if this is going to be a good thing. I might have to just do them all black and put them on. I don't know, but we're going to see if it's going to be ugly or not. Because I don't know. Oh my goodness. So we're going to see. We want the white all the way around because we want it to be three-dimensional. So I'm leaving it right about there. I'm leaving it. All right, so it looks like this. And let me show you. All right, so this is part of the eye. And we're going to let that one dry, and we're going to do the white of this eye as well. So I'm just going to kind of go up a little bit like this. And we're going to go right around the bottom just like I did with this one. I'm going to get a green for the eyes because I feel like scarecrows don't really have blue eyes. So let me get this paint on here for the bottom and the sides over here. We're going to make him have green eyes if it works. If not, if it's ugly, we're going to have to paint it all black and then it'll look good anyway. So there's that one, okay? So these are going to be kind of like this. And let me find the... move that to that side and put this here. And this green, I like this, and it's woodland green. I'll just put a dab there, and we're going to put the green before we do the black on the eyes. So what I'm going to do is put it right up above the white. Just going around the bottom of it. But you want it enough to be able to see. You also want it enough for the black to fit over it so it looks a little bit better. I'm going to try to make this look more rounded because it doesn't, okay? So there's the green eye. And I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. Now, anytime that I'm doing eyes, I end up having to put the black on there and making it look a little bit better. So the black is always last. And you want to do the colors in between. Let me make sure that it's thick enough. All right, so here's the green eye for the other eye. We're gonna see if that works good. We'll put some eyelashes on it, but later. And let me see, we're gonna get the black here. we're gonna do the middle. This one is the new one. I don't know which one is. All right, so we're gonna put it right here. We always go around the center there, and then we color in. Just like that, okay? So we're gonna take this and we're gonna do the whole black right on the outside. Make sure what time it is. Got time, got time. All right, now let's see if this looks okay. We're just coloring it in. I'm looking under my glasses. I'm terrible to be able to see. All right, so that's one eye, okay? Then we're gonna do the same thing on this other side. See if I can go around this way. This is kind of the tedious part. So hopefully this will look good. If it doesn't, we'll go back and do it later. All right, so there's the black on that eye, okay? So those are gonna dry for a minute. We're gonna go ahead and paint our bird black. And this is a crow. I've got a big brush, okay? This is the crow right here, and I cut him out as well to have him on his hat. So we wanna make sure that we get the sides real good and then get the front, but the back does not have to be done, because it is going to be glued on there and you won't have to worry about it. But it's just a crow is all black. You're thinking any crow is going to be scared sitting on him. I don't know about that. He might not. He's kind of sweet, isn't he? So far. We'll see. All right, I need more black than I thought. I'm just painting away. All right, so let me get on this side so I can do this side stuff. See, all the other stuff is drying. All right, so now we got to do the top. All right, so there's the blackbird. And I do have a wing for the blackbird right here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and paint the whole thing black. And then I'm going to put a little bit of white on top of it so you'll be able to see that he has a wing. Otherwise, you wouldn't probably be able to see unless you were looking at it in person. 7:55. Thank you, Miss Pat. All right. So what I'm going to do is let it dry for a hot minute. Did I get all the sides? I did get all the sides. Hey, Miss Nancy, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Wish I had a baby wipe, but I don't have a baby wipe. Hopefully I don't get it all over everything, especially when I'm holding the black. Let's see here. It's the bad thing about not having anything. All right, where's my little purple? That's what I use to do everything. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take this, and we're going to go ahead and put this on. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of do it right here in the middle. We're going to take some glue, and we're going to just put a few dabs and a little bit all the way across. Okay, this is wood glue. Hey Sheila Gray, how are you? Alright, so I'm just going to kind of do it like this, just a few dabs. And we're just going to do it this way. And I'm just holding it for a second. Hey Miss Deb Brown, how are you doing? So good to see you. Alright, so this is the way it is. Okay, this is the scarecrow looking more like a scarecrow, right? Finally. Alright, so what I'm going to do, while the bird is drying, the eyes are drying, and the nose is already dry, thank goodness, we're going to tie these things around the neck. And I'm going to try to get them all in my hand here. I kind of cut them. And these were left over from another project, but I tried to get them as long as I could here. And I want to make sure I get more of the yellow than I do the other color because I don't like it as much. This is too little, so we really don't need it. And I just had some that were not as long as others. Like this one's really not long enough. And that sure isn't. Maybe I'll have to use more of these. Just like that, okay? It's probably enough. I don't want it too thick. Let me get this cut off here. Have an issue, aren't I? Alright, so what I want to do is put this underneath here, and it's going to go right on here. We want to make sure that these are kind of going the right way. So I'm going to kind of flip that around because we want to make sure that we see everything. It doesn't matter, I guess, but I don't know. You want to at least see one of them go in the correct direction. And I just want to make sure they're fairly even. And then we're just going to tie a knot right here. I might do a bow if I can do a bow, but I don't know if I can. So we're going to do it this way. I'm thinking that it really needs to just be a knot. What do y'all think? Because I don't want to do too much. I want him to look like a boy too. Don't want to look like a girl. So, and it's probably going to be hanging down probably too low. But I'm going to cut it just a little bit to be more even. Just like that, okay? So now it's looking cute. It matches. It's got yellow and orange in there, so it's very cute. Okay, so that looks good to me. I also have a blessed tag. This says blessed. I know it's backwards for y'all. Thank you, Miss Connie and Michelle. But I don't know if I can get this in there or not. I should have done it within that, huh? Wonder if I can get that in there. Why didn't I think of that to begin with, right? But no, I didn't think about that. Let's see. I don't use these all the time. I know a lot of people do. But maybe I can do it like this. Let's see. And then we'll tighten it back. Woo! Let me let it hang a little bit, or it'll be all in his face. Alright, now we're going to tie this a little tighter. Here we go. And I'm going to leave that tag because it just, I don't know, it's cute. But it's got blessed on there, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is do the nose because I know that it's dry. And it looks like the bird is about dry too. Hey Claudia, thank you so much. All right, so we're gonna put the nose right here, and I'm gonna catty corner it a little bit. I kind of want it to be just a little bit, you know, crooked. I don't want it to be totally straight or anything. And I'm gonna put a little bit of dab of glue for the middle. And we're gonna do it just like this. Okay. So here is the nose. It's looking more and more like a scarecrow, right? Hey, Miss Janet from Tennessee. How are you doing, girl? Thank you for being here. All right. So what I said I was going to do is put some white around this, and I'm going to get my brush here. I'm going to get the smallest one. Let me see. And we're just going to go right on the edge. Just like this. I would put it under it, but because we don't know, I'm not going to sit there and try to figure out underneath where to put it. It's just going to be like this. Let me do one little swipe right there. All right, so it's going to be just like that, okay? And it'll dry fast. Now I'm going to put a little bit of the wood glue on there, just like I did before. And then I'm going to put the hot glue as well. Thank you so much, Miss Janet. All right, we just want a little dab. And we're going to put it just like this. All right. We could put an eye on him, but I'm not going to because he's a crow. How it comes to life. Now it comes to life. It is a little bit at a time, right? All right, so we're going to have this on here. And I kind of want the bird to be up a little bit. So I'm not going to lean it or anything like that. So we're just going to have it lean. And I'm going to do it up here. We're just going to make a little bit of that and a little bit of this. And we're just going to lean it back. Just like that. So we don't want to touch anything so it gets all over it. So this part is right there. Okay, just like that. And that's the reason why that I made this an inch, because this will sit directly on top of it. Thank you for those hearts. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so now we got to put the eyes on. Now this, I don't know how it's going to be, y'all. It might be ugly. Don't know. Oh, it's not ugly. Okay. So I'm going to put these eyes on, and we just have to put a little bit of white on here for the dot. Let me see how I want it to go. And we also have to make his little mouth. So let me make his mouth first. And I'm going to take the little bitty brush, if I can find it. And we're going to get it in 8:05. I've got 10 minutes. So we're doing great. All right. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go up here. And I'm just going to make a wavy little line. Just like this, and I got to be very careful so I don't get all my material in it. And I've also got this glue booger. Let's see. So I'm going to keep going. And you just got to be a little steady with this. Just like that. Now I want to put a little side thing here. Let's just see. I think I'm going to go ahead and put some lines in between here. Just like that. One up here and one right here. Okay. So, this is what it's going to look like. See his little mouth? Okay. Sandra said he's so cute. Thank you. And Maria says the same. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think he's coming to life. All right, so now we've got to put the eyes on. Now let me see how I'm going to do this. I think I want it right about there. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of glue and put on there, and also a little bit of this. Hey, Gail Chandler and Rebecca Martin, how are you doing? You love him already? I'm going to ask y'all something in a minute and see if y'all want this, but let me. All right, so I've got one eye on, and now I'm going to do the other one. So I'm going to put just a little dab. He's very cute, Janet. Thank you so much. Thank you, Valerie. It is coming to life, isn't it? Let me just put a little dot of each. So I have a feeling this one's going to come out from under there. If I push too hard. All right, so now I'm going to take my little brush and get in my black, okay? And I'm going to do an eyebrow. And really I want to do it, I think I'm going to do it in brown. I don't like that so much. So I've got about 6 or 7 minutes. Let's see here. So I'm going to take the brown. I don't want too much. If you have too much water, it'll be terrible. And then I've got to do the other side. Let me turn it over because I'm right-handed. And there are those, okay? We're going to get, I'm trying to, there. So see those? Now I'm going to do a couple of eyelashes because I just feel like he needs a little bit, but we don't want a whole lot, right? So we're going to just kind of do it out like this. Let me make sure that I roll this in the paint real good and make it pointy, because we don't want it to be terrible looking. And I'm going to do 2 of them, maybe 3. Let me do 3. And then I'm going to do this other side, but I'm going to turn it over because I'm right-handed. It's just easier to do than try to do it up left like. So. All right. So there's the eyelashes, and I think I'm going to put a couple over here on this other side, but I want them very little. Just a little bit. Okay. Just like that. Now I've got to have white because we have to have a dot in the eye. So I'm going to get some water to put on this white paint and mix it up because it dries really fast in here for whatever reason. It's because there's a vent right above my head. And so we're going to put a dot to the right here and over on the right side here. But I've got too much water in this, so it's messing it up. Gosh almighty. Let me mix it. Mix it to fix it. Darn it. All right, so I may have to do that in a minute. But I wanted to ask y'all, we still have 5 minutes to go. I'll do that white dot probably afterwards. Okay, I've got a flower here that I made out of a pair of jeans, okay? And I thought maybe one here, but I don't know if we want that or just leave it plain. So what do y'all think? Yes, ma'am, Chris, I cut it out. I drew it and I cut it out. So, do you think that it needs a flower? Or do you think it is plain like it is without the flower? Because it is a boy, but, so what do y'all think? Thank you, Deb. Hey, Maggie, thank you so much. Do y'all think it needs the flower over here or no? Thank you, Ellen. Yes to the flower, Miss Connie said. It's just a small flower, but I thought blue jean would look cute on there. Miss Kathy says no. Either looks good. Yes. Okay, we've gotten more yeses than no's, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to put a little bit of wood glue on here as well, because it'll stay. I'm just going to do it on the side. This is not too big. I'm going to try to push it in the hole. When I say hole, the divot. Y'all are saying no. Some people say yes. Flower's cute. All right. And where's the flower on top of that? There it is. And I think this will just need the hot glue. I'm just going to put that on there. Thank you, Bernice. All right, now let me try one more time with this white. And then we'll be finished. Oh, he's looking so cute. Okay, now we got to get some blush. Where's my blush? We got a minute. Now this is actually blush, and it's a lot better to use than eyeshadow, even though I was only using that because I didn't have any blush and I forgot to get anything. This isn't as bright as the other one. There we go. So here we are. He turned out pretty cute, huh? Thank you so much, Bonnie. Does the crow have an eye? He doesn't have an eye. He just has nothing. He's just black. Thank you so much, Miss Connie. Thank you, Deb. I think it turned out pretty cute. So make sure that you watch everybody else who's next. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Miss Janet. Thank you, Pat Tyner. I didn't even see you come in, girl. It's good to see you. Hey, Miss Donna, thank you so much. And Terry Lynn. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate all of y'all being here. He's sleeping. Oh, my goodness. Yes, thank you for watching me tonight. I appreciate it. And y'all have a good evening, okay? Thank you for coming here. Thank you, Shar, and thank you, Lisa, for inviting me to this event. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.